This video is the best way to invest in real estate. My name is Seven, the founder of G-14 System. The main point of this video is multifamily is the best way to invest in real estate. I'm not gonna waste your time and be all sneaky and try to make you wait to the end. This is how I feel. Now, if you watch the video and you get any value from it, as far as why multifamily is the best, you have not wasted your time. You've invested your time. Please watch the video in full the first time, but I added timestamps to organize the content. I want to buy your multifamily property, 2 or more units, seller finance me the property, vacant, late taxes, deferred maintenance, all that is fine. I also want to invest in real estate together. So if you have a piece of property you want to partner on, or if you just want to start from nothing and start buying, renting, repairing, refinance, blah, 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 let's do it. Also, let's be clear. I am talking residential investing, and the majority of people should stay away from industrial, resort, environmental places like gas stations. They have a lot of environmental issues, large business, commercial. But either way, I believe multifamily is the best way to invest. But if you disagree or if you have better ideas, comment below. Last but not least, the major key is why do so many people go from single family to multifamily and they never go back? I always tell you, don't listen to what people say, but watch what they do. Why do the best investors eventually graduate? Is because it's a better investment. Single family is not a horrible investment, but it does not compare to multifamily. Okay, so I'm so excited to bring y'all this information. I hope y'all super pumped too. I love real estate. So let's talk about efficiency. Number one is efficiency. The definition that I think is the best, and what you'll learn with G14 System is we have went out of our way to recreate the definitions and the terms in real estate, because a lot of it is confusing, it's kind of stupid or backwards or illogical. So I'm really big on definitions. So efficiency is the least amount of input for the maximum amount of output. So what I'm trying to say is multifamily will require less steps forward and able to get the most output. One of those things is single family is too close to 0 tenants. Remember, you can't say a duplex or a triplex because that's multifamily. We're talking about basically one door. Take a look at this photo. One door, right? Which typically means one family, which typically means essentially one tenant, one paying tenant, one leasee or 2 leasees. And if they leave, you have a problem. It's a little harder to grow your portfolio in single family. It's gonna kill your efficiency, because one of the big things I would say, a lot of y'all will be getting single family properties early in your career through loans. The loan process for single family, even if you're gonna hold it as an investment, is so much more exhaustive, a little bit more expensive at times, more complex, and takes a lot more fucking hoops to jump through than it does with buying multifamily. Because multifamily is purely about the numbers. The property makes $100K a year. When all is said and done, you spend $75,000 in expenses after repaying your note and all that stuff, and you pocket 25. You take that to the bank and say, this is how much I should have at the end of the year, and that's before I grow it. Boom, they say yes or no. So not only is it harder to grow from the acquisition side, it's a little harder to grow from the leasing side. Most people that want apartments, they're not asking for a whole bunch of stuff. They want a decent, respectable, livable place, while those who are looking for their forever home or single family tend to have a lot more stuff that they want, and it's a lot more emotionally based, which is very inefficient at times. And last but not least, as far as single family, and efficiency, travel time can be a headache. I'm gonna show y'all a visual example in a second about that. When you have multiple single family homes, you're likely gonna have them in different places, which makes your travel time a headache. Okay, a headache. So multiple tenants versus one tenant protects against vacancy, and if you have lower vacancy, it means you're making more profit. Easier, cheaper, and faster to grow, partly, in my opinion, in my research, again, because you're just going off the numbers, and the people who sell apartments have less emotional fucking baggage than those who are selling single family. So it's a little easier, a little simpler, equates to more efficient. And of course, all units in one easy to access location. I am telling you, if you can have 20 doors on one property as opposed to having 10 or let's say 10 single family, or let's say you got more units than a multifamily, you got 40 units. Damn, how much travel time do it take for 40 units? Now, if you can get something close like this, 10 minutes of travel time to get to your apartment, 10 minutes between 1, 2, 3 of your houses, okay. But this is typically how to end up working if you're not careful. It's very hard to manage, maintain, and grow properties when to get to 1 or 2 of them, you gotta drive 3, 4, 5 hours. I had a journey that was almost double that to get to my first investment. I promise you, man, I promise you that's a huge thing. So make sure y'all remember that. Number 2, again, if you have strong opposing feelings, jump in the comment and tell me why single family is better than multifamily. But for now, number 2, I'll explain to y'all, I think it's easier to reduce liabilities and expenses when you have multifamily versus single family. So I'm gonna start with multifamily now. One of the main things I would tell you is it's profitable in a good or a bad economy. Horrible decisions will produce horrible results in any economy, in any asset class. But if you think ahead and manage your property right, multifamily will be better, because in bad economies, people fall out of houses. They can't afford houses. But those of them who still have money, boop, jump right into an apartment. Weather that storm, maybe down the road they come back to a house, but multifamily tends to excel in bad economies because people get out their house and move into apartments. You can house hack and save money. Yes, you can house hack with single family, meaning you can live on the property that is your investment property. But do you want to live in the back room while your tenants live in the front room? Do you want to live in the back ADU, in-law unit in the back, while your tenant is in the front of your house? A lot of us don't want to do that. But if we have an apartment, I'm going to take the best unit, preferably secluded somewhere off to the side. I'm going to take the best unit, pay 0 in rent, save money. Last but not least, you get better prices on products and supplies, because investors, we must understand, although real estate can make us a lot of money, you got to manage products and supplies and services. Whether it's window panes, whether it's landscaping, whether it's, whatever it might be, when you can buy in bulk because you're buying for multiple units, boom, you get better prices. As far as single family, it's all the opposite, right? Again, one tenant is too close to no tenants. It's too easy for it to be vacant and costly. So not just one tenant is too close to no tenants, but when you only have one tenant and it's 9 reasons why they would have to vacate your property, you just stacking liability on top of liability. You're just stacking it. Because again, once it goes vacant, if you got a mortgage on there, you paying a lot of money for a piece of property that's not making you anything. And of course, in a bad economy, single family houses can be really hard to sell, especially at these crazy rental prices in California right now. All right, so number 3, we done went through number 1, we got through 2. Typically after 2 comes 3, right? So let's talk about the profit potential. So we've reduced our liabilities, we've gotten more efficient, but now we want to expand the profit. Well, again, with single family, you can only rent one door. And yes, there's other things you can do. You can short-term rental, Airbnb, you can do all these things. Nevertheless, you got one door, okay? Then you get fewer rental increases and appreciation. Appreciation is kind of here or there because some markets will appreciate better. But what I'm saying is a lot of the money in real estate is made through legal, right? Because you got your slumlords, but legal rent increases. Well, if you only got one door, you can only raise the rent one time. If I got 10 doors, that's 10 separate units that I can raise the rent $50 a month, $100 a month or more. That's huge. Then appreciation. Obviously, multifamily will appreciate more because it's a bigger, more valuable piece of real estate. So the appreciation will surpass single family. Going back to what I said before, as far as profit potential, it gets cut in half, if not worse, in a bad economy because people are typically not looking to pay these high prices in single family. When the money looks funny, but if you still got some money coming in, you either gonna move back in with your mama or you gonna go get you an apartment for a while. So on the multifamily side, I would just say the tax benefits are huge because the other things are kind of obvious, right? You see them right there. They kind of obvious, but massive tax benefits. And I would hold it with an LLC, but I'm not going to go down that path right now. But if I can get tax benefits on things that if I had a single family home, especially if you're not investment minded, so you haven't set yourself up with your piece of property to be able to get these benefits, I definitely recommend you learn about them. And when you get multifamily, you apply those like depreciation, cost segregation, building depreciation, component depreciation, all these things, okay? All right, y'all. So I've given y'all the ways that I think multifamily is the best way to invest for the majority of people. So I delivered, but let me over deliver. Let's go through a couple more things or reiterate a few more things so that you can make a valuable decision. Starting with multifamily, a couple bonus tips and secrets or hammer these factors home. Too many people don't understand that you need to hedge your bets in real estate. Go into multifamily, house hack, and make it through a bad economy. Don't do what so many people did in 2008 and get crushed by a bad economy. Owning a mobile home is cool too. We look at that as multifamily. Long as you own the mobile home lot, right? And you're renting out those slots and or you own some properties on that lot, that's huge and that's very, very profitable. Financing is simple. It's based on rent rolls. So again, as I said before, it's much simpler to get the financing if that's the route you want to go. In fact, I'm going to show y'all this right here. Look. This basic information is 85% of what you need to analyze any apartment deal. Again, making apartment investing and analyzing deals way more simple. And I'll be doing training on rent rolls, so make sure you subscribe. What is a rent roll? This is a rent roll, y'all. This is a rent roll. And I've highlighted what's extremely important. On an annual basis, what is the gross scheduled income? Actual. That means today when I'm looking at the property, how much does it bring in? Then one of the most basic things you want to look at, obviously besides, y'all can't see it down there, but obviously besides what's income, what's coming in, you want to know what you can make potentially. Because a lot of properties you get, one of the number one things is that they're being rented at a price lower than what they should be. So you can buy the place on Monday and then raise the rents on Tuesday or Wednesday or next week or next month and immediately create more profit than you did when you first analyzed the deal. So again, I'll be going deep into that, but this is so important because this one little ass sheet of paper can make you a millionaire. It can help you analyze a 5 unit, a 500 unit property. Okay? Then one last thing, multifamily is cheaper than single family. Look, I could have went back to single family. Y'all can read the other reasons why I don't want to fuck with single family. Just read it. One of them being too much ego and emotional people. So we moving on. And the one last thing is multifamily is cheaper than single family, typically requiring a higher upfront investment though. So for example, in California, you can pay $500K for a single family or a little over $600K and get a duplex or a triplex in some areas. So I'm just curious, who want to invest in real estate together? Email me at 7@g14system.com.